Why are you so high? Let's fix that. The point of this video is to document from start to finish making a portfolio piece. I think I finally understand what I want my portfolio to look like. I finally figured it out. I finally sorted it out in my head what is most exciting to me, what I'm most interested in. And now that I've figured that out, I know what work I should be creating. And now that I know what I want, it's just about making the work. In this video, we're gonna make one single piece and I am gonna take my time. I want the end result to be something I am ridiculously proud of. This video is going to span many days because recently I have had this much time to make art, which if I think about it too long might make me cry, but that's okay. That's okay. I have 12 minutes to work on this piece this morning before I need to start working. So let's draw for 12 minutes because 12 minutes is better than nothing, right? It's another day, the next day. I don't remember. All the days are the same. They just, anyways. Gonna keep making progress on this piece. I once again have a very small amount of time to work on this before I have to do a million other things today and will not look at this again for the rest of the day. But that's okay. Small progress is still progress. Okay, I'm struggling a lot with the size of this sink. I don't know why, but I'm like, why does this thing look so, like, okay, if this is a cutting board and this is a little soup spoon and this is the plate you're eating off of, why is the sink this big? It's too big. And then I realized in my original sketch, which was really rough, like none of it was like truly proportional, but look at how much smaller the sink is in relation to how wide the window is. Like I did not make it as big as the window, which I think is my mistake. It needs to be much smaller. But I'm also realizing this right here was a lot smaller. Something that I struggle with a lot, and this genuinely, I I think there's a tendency on the internet to excuse our bad behavior by being kind to ourselves or saying it's because of something outside of our control or whatever. I have a tendency when I'm working, when I'm drawing, to be lazy. And by be lazy, I mean I'll draw something and it'll look good, but I know there's something wrong. For instance, the sink. It looks good, like technically, but it's too big, and I know that. And I have a tendency to just be like, ugh, it's good enough, and not erase it and redo it, which is just lazy. Like that, there's no other way to spin that. It's just lazy. And so I'm trying really, really hard to stop doing that, just in everything. I don't want to do that anymore, because I think I've talked about this before, but when I do that, the end result, when I'm finally done with the whole thing, I don't really like it very much, because I just see all my mistakes, I see all the things that I could have fixed and chose not to, and then I'm just annoyed at myself. Yeah, I'm trying really hard not to do that, and now I'm realizing maybe I need to lower this trim too. We might have a lot of problems here. Let's get into it. Another day, another coffee, another shot of me wearing the same Columbia fleece. I swear, I washed this sweater, you guys, okay? You don't need to worry about it. Okay, progress update. Last week, I was struggling to figure out what to fill the kitchen with, because it needs to have more stuff in it. It needs to feel more lived in. I thought more about it over the weekend, so now I have more ideas for what to put on the countertops and stuff like that, so. The drawing is going really well. I think the progress is really great. I like the way that it looks. However, I think I've reached a point where I now need to add the figures. I need to add the characters, and I'm afraid. I'm a little chicken, like this little chicken in the corner, because I am not confident in that yet. Not really confident in like drawing figures and characters, like actually doing something. There's also the fear of, if I mess up, I don't want to like mess up the whole drawing, because I really like the way the drawing looks so far, and I've worked pretty hard to create it. Like, this is definitely a few hours of drawing here. Anyways, it's time to draw the figures, and I need to just do it. I need to just make it happen. Of course, this pose isn't really that complicated. Like, you're just standing at a counter doing stuff. It's really your hands. That's the most complicated part. And then making sure that I get the proportion of the child to the adult correct. That's the real challenge, because otherwise then it doesn't look like a child. It looks like I drew a tiny adult. LOL. I showed you guys that I was going to start drawing the figures on my iPad so that I wouldn't be afraid of ruining the drawing and all the work that I've already put in, which was my friend's brilliant idea. Literally such a good idea, and I don't know why I didn't think of it, but that's why it's important to talk about creativity, because usually you'll get stuck and then someone else will have an idea that will absolutely fix the problem for you. This is what it looks like right now. It's looking pretty good. Yeah. We're having some hand issues, obviously. I guess they're making cinnamon rolls. I wasn't like planning the thing that they would be cooking, but like something about the positioning of this character, I was just like, oh, a rolling pin would look so natural with this positioning. So yeah, I guess they're making cinnamon rolls. That's kind of what it looks like to me. Still working on the face here, trying to get the features correct, the hair correct. But yeah, I'd say overall, it looks pretty good. I want to have one of these canisters that's like missing in this middle spot. I want that to be like right here, opened. I think I'm going to add some other little jars, like the little baking ingredients, baking powder and vanilla and whatever. Like kind of just clutter this all up right here. And then maybe we'll have like a tray right here for where they're going to put the finished product. Yeah, that's kind of my thought so far. That's what it looks like. And then once I'm done making it the way that I want it to look here, then I have to make it here. So, wish me luck, I guess. I think I'm done with the drawing. No, I still don't think it looks great, if that's what you're asking. And yeah, I'm just frustrated with the figures. I'm frustrated with the characters, which are kind of the whole point. It's like, if they're not good, what's the point of the rest of the stuff? The proportions are just wrong. Or maybe my figures are just too small. I don't know. I just think it looks bad, honestly. Like, I think it looks bad. But I've spent over 2 weeks working on this drawing, and I am excited. Like, I want to add color to it, but I don't know. I'm just disappointed in my abilities right now and frustrated with... I can't make it look the way that I want it to look. I did not film any of me drawing the figures on the actual paper because it felt like that scene in Free Solo when Alex tells the documentary team, you can't film me in this part because I don't want you to film me dying. Like, if I fall, I don't want you to catch that on camera. The point where he's like, you can't film me on this part because it's too hard and I just need to focus. That's what I feel like. Although, obviously, I'm not climbing El Cap, risking my life. I'm just drawing people, and it's hard. Yeah, I think I'm done with the drawing. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink it, and then after the ink is done and totally dry, then we get to add color, which is arguably the more exciting part. When I do the color, I think I'm going to do like a color map on my like trashy sketch in my sketchbook to decide what colors I want to use where, and then from there I'll actually do the actual color on the piece. is never before happened to me. I finished all the cabinets, and then, oh wait, it's the wrong. I used all the blue paint. Exactly the right amount. I mixed perfectly. That never happens. Big news! I think I'm done with the watercolor. So now, oh wait, no. I'm not. I just realized the floor is blank. Whoopsie. Okay, I'm gonna paint the floor, and then I'm done with the watercolor, and it's time for colored pencil for details. Because right now, it looks kind of flat to me, and so I'm thinking that the colored pencil details are gonna be what makes it pop. Like the pattern on the wallpaper, I'll do with colored pencils. The pattern on the curtains, I'll do like maybe a little bit of shading on some stuff. Sometimes I feel like my illustrations get a little bit too visually overwhelming. Like there's just so much going on because I go too far with the colored pencils. Like I do too much of it. So I'm gonna try and like rein it in, you know, not too much. So maybe a little bit of shading, but not too much, because I already did some shading with the ink. So, exciting though. The colored pencil is kind of the last step, so that's kind of exciting, because I feel like I've been working on this piece for actual years. Which is an exaggeration, it's just been over a month, but a month is a long time to be working on one thing. Especially when it's this small. It's kind of embarrassing that I've been working on this for a month, but whatever. That's the reality of trying to do something like this while you have a job and a life and, you know, you're not willing to stay up till 4 a.m. working. Because if you see someone on social media who you think to yourself, how on earth are they doing all of those things? They're probably staying up till 4 a.m. and not really taking care of themselves. That's probably what they're doing. So, and I'm not doing that. I've got 20 minutes to work. Let's see what we can accomplish. I'm going to start on the design that's supposed to be on the wallpaper that's above the like backsplash, because I was realizing that some of the pieces, some of the aspects of the work are going to have more visual impact, and so I should do those first, so I know how much detail to add. Per my point earlier about sometimes feeling like I take the colored pencil too far and it becomes visually overwhelming and messy. So if I start with the things that I know for sure I want to add, like I'm not going to exclude them, and I know are going to make the most, like take up the most visual space, I'll do that first. And then smaller details I can choose to add or choose to exclude based on what it's looking like.